Castor oil is one of the most talked about natural remedies for hair. It grows hair, it fixes damage, it stops hair fall. At least that's what you hear. For some people, it actually delivers. For others, it does nothing. Same oil, completely different results. The difference isn't luck or hair type, it's method. Most people start using castor oil without understanding what it actually does or how it's supposed to be applied. That's why results are so inconsistent. Today we're covering what's actually inside castor oil, what it does and doesn't do for hair, the mistakes that ruin results, and the exact method that makes it work. What's inside castor oil? Most hair oils are pretty similar. Castor oil isn't. It contains something called ricinoleic acid, a fatty acid that makes up about 85 to 90% of the oil. You won't find that concentration in coconut oil, olive oil, or anything else commonly used for hair. This is what makes castor oil behave differently. Ricinoleic acid has anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. This matters because many scalp issues, the itchiness, flakiness, irritation, start with inflammation. When your scalp is inflamed, hair follicles struggle to function properly. Ricinoleic acid helps calm that down. Castor oil also contains omega-6 fatty acids and vitamin E. These support moisture retention and help protect hair from damage. But here's what most people overlook. Castor oil is thick, much thicker than coconut or almond oil. That thickness is part of why it works so well for coating and moisturizing, but it's also why so many people end up with buildup, greasiness, and even more shedding. If you don't respect how heavy this oil is, it creates problems instead of solving them. What castor oil actually does. This is where the confusion starts. People hear that castor oil grows hair and assume it speeds up the growth cycle. The science doesn't support that, but that doesn't mean castor oil is useless. It's actually quite effective, just not in the way most people expect. What castor oil does is create conditions where your hair becomes healthier. It reduces inflammation on the scalp. A calmer scalp means follicles can function in a better environment, and hair grows healthier from the root. It deeply moisturizes the hair strand. Dry hair is fragile. It breaks and snaps before it ever reaches real length. Castor oil coats the strand, seals in moisture, and reduces that breakage. Less breakage means you retain more length over time. It smooths the outer layer of the hair called the cuticle. When the cuticle is rough, hair looks dull, tangles easily, and feels coarse. Castor oil helps smooth it down, making hair shinier and softer. So why do people believe it grows hair? Because hair that doesn't break looks longer. Hair that's moisturized looks thicker. Hair on a healthy scalp grows better. The results are real. They just come from retention and scalp health, not from speeding up growth. The mistakes that ruin results. These mistakes are the reason castor oil works for some people and does nothing for others. The oil isn't the problem, the method is. Using it undiluted. Castor oil straight from the bottle is too thick, it doesn't spread evenly, it clumps in sections, and it's extremely hard to wash out. This leads to buildup on the scalp, which clogs follicles and can actually increase shedding. Skipping the massage. Just applying oil and leaving it there misses half the benefit. When you massage your scalp, you increase blood circulation. More circulation means more nutrients reaching the hair root. Without the massage, you're leaving results behind. Not washing it out properly. Castor oil doesn't rinse with water alone. If residue stays on your scalp, it attracts dirt, builds up over time, and irritates the skin. You need to shampoo thoroughly, sometimes twice. Using it too often. If your scalp is naturally oily and you're applying castor oil every day or every other day, you're creating a layer of buildup that suffocates your follicles. More is not better. Giving up too early. Hair doesn't change in a few days. The hair growth cycle takes months. If you use castor oil for 1 week and quit because nothing happened, you never gave it a fair chance. These are the reasons results vary so much from person to person. The oil stays the same. The method makes the difference. How to use it properly. Here's the method that actually works. Start by mixing castor oil with a lighter carrier oil. This step is essential. Castor oil on its own is too thick to spread evenly or wash out easily. Mix it with coconut oil, almond oil, or jojoba oil. A good ratio is 1 part castor oil to 1 or 2 parts carrier oil. Warm the mixture slightly by rubbing it between your palms. This helps it spread better and absorb faster. Apply it directly to your scalp in sections. Don't just pour oil on top of your head. Part your hair and work the oil into your scalp with your fingertips. Now massage for 5 to 10 minutes. Use gentle circular motions. This boosts circulation and helps the oil absorb properly. Once your scalp is covered, work the remaining oil through the length of your hair. Focus on the ends where dryness and damage tend to be worst. Leave it on for 1 to 2 hours. If your scalp handles it well, you can leave it overnight occasionally. Just protect your pillow with an old towel. When you wash it out, be thorough. Use a gentle shampoo and lather properly. Rinse completely. If your hair still feels slick, shampoo again. No residue should remain. How often to use it? Frequency depends on your scalp type. If your scalp is dry, once or twice a week works well. This gives your scalp enough time to absorb the benefits without becoming overloaded. If your scalp is oily, once every 10 to 14 days is safer. More often than that leads to buildup and greasiness. If you're dealing with serious hair loss, castor oil can support your routine, but it's not a treatment on its own. See a professional for underlying issues. Castor oil helps maintain healthy hair. It doesn't reverse medical conditions. Castor oil works, but only when you use it correctly. Mix it right, massage it in, wash it out completely, stay consistent. Now you know what most people miss and how to avoid the same mistakes. The difference between castor oil helping your hair and doing nothing comes down to method. You have the method now. If you want to see what else castor oil can do beyond hair, I made a video covering how it helps your skin, joints, digestion, and sleep when you apply it before bed. You can watch it next. Subscribe if this was helpful, and let me know in the comments. Have you tried castor oil before? What results did you get?